What's up, guys? It's Chris over at Eyeball Pythons and Snakes and the Fat Man, and welcome to episode 31.
Looking out my window, I'm seeing all your pain. All this hypocrisy in this world is driving me insane. We sold out our own future for a pot of gold unknown. We forgot about our fellow man in our own home. If it was up to me, I would open your heart to me. You could in your misery. There's another way till my dying day.
What's up, guys? It's Chris over at Eyeballs and Snakes and the Fat Man again, and we're doing episode 31 here, and we're gonna start everything off on a positive note for once. We had some awesome things happen in the last month, and we're gonna start off with the telling you guys about the new show sponsor of Snakes and the Fat Man, the Herps Exotic Reptile and Pet Shows. I've heard nothing but positive comments about Sean, the owner of this show circuit, for years now, from all the breeders that have been on this show. So I reached out to Sean just because I wanted to have him on one of the episodes. We ended up bullshitting for a couple of hours actually, and one thing led to another, and Herps officially became a sponsor of Snakes and the Fat Man. Not only that, but the Fat Man is going out on the road again, and we're going to be in Conroe, Texas at the Herp Show on January 25th and 26th of 2020. And we want to give everyone there their 15 minutes of shame again, like we did last time we were down in Texas. And we're going to have all the, or hopefully, if they want, we're going to have all the breeders come down. We're going to have our friends come down. We're going to have clients of the actual show, customers of the show, stop by and give them 15 minutes apiece on the show. And we're going to basically do a live from Conroe show. Well, I guess it's not going to be live because we're going to record it. But anyway, we're going to give everybody about 15 minutes apiece, and just to, promote their shit and fucking have fun with the Fat Man. We're going to have Sean actually on an episode in the next couple of weeks. So do me a favor and make sure you subscribe or, keep listening and keep downloading us to hear that interview, because Sean is just a fucking nice guy. And from what I understand, he takes mega good care of all of his vendors and customers and clients. So I really can't wait to kind of jump headfirst into this relationship with the Herps show circuit. So I want to thank you guys for that. Now I know there's some places in the country where I don't play well, right? And it's usually places, like in the middle of nowhere with dipshit, hipster-looking cunts that think they know it all. But you know where apparently I do play well? Fucking Russia, bitches.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Just get the fuck out of here. Okay, boys and girls, this is the moment you most expected. You were eager to check this segment of the Get the Fuck Out of Here with the high sponsor of Eyeballs, and thanks to Mr. Chris Eaton.
Yep, that's right. I woke up to a message the other day from a gentleman from Portugal who is currently living in Moscow, and he's a fan of the show. He's a fan of the old Snakes and the Fat Man there. He has a YouTube channel about reptile breeding in Russia, and the guy is fucking interesting as fuck to talk to. Well, basically, he Facebooked me. He basically wrote me and said that he adopted the Get the Fuck Out of Here segment in his YouTube videos for the loser breeders there in Russia. So this this literally just made my fucking day, knowing that the show made it all the way out to Russia, and I have at least a couple of fans out there, according to this guy Peter Snakes. So that's right, like your president, the Russians fucking love me, man. He shows a lot of price comparisons for ball pythons in Russia versus the rest of Europe and in the States, and basically it's insane how people are still asking, for shit morphs that they're basically asking a month's rent in Russia for like a fucking butter, man, and it looks cold in Russia. Like in every video, this poor guy looks like he's fucking freezing. But during his price comparisons, this was the coolest shit in the world. In all of his videos that he's comparing prices from, Russia to Europe to America, he's fucking using Morph Market, man. All hail John Layman.
MorphMarket.com.
Are you looking for ball pythons? Boom, got him. Are you looking for boas? Boom, got him. Are you looking for geckos? Boom, got him. Are you looking for giraffes? Boom. No, don't got them. Morph Market is the largest gene-indexed inventory of reptiles in the world. This site has single-handedly changed the game of selling reptiles on the internet. Stop wasting hours of time creating and reposting ads. You could literally list hundreds of reptiles with pictures in seconds. Geckos to ball pythons to rainbow boas and literally everything in between. It's like having a reptile expo in your living room. Go check out Morph Market and become a member today at morphmarket.com. So my new Russian friend, Peter Snakes, asked me to give a shout out to a gentleman named, I don't really know this guy's name, but he has a channel on YouTube called The Genetic Hunters, and this guy is the anti-Fatman. He's totally positive. He has this small community of reptile lovers that are just insanely positive about the industry. And this poor guy has just had an incredible run of bad luck recently. He had a fire in his house, lived with his family in a tent in the fucking backyard for a few days, like they were fucking camping. He finally got into a motel, and it was one of those fucking stupid hot California days of like 107 or 108 degrees, and the AC stopped working in his hotel room, and he lost like 10 of his fucking animals. So do me a favor and search YouTube under The Genetic Hunters and send this guy some fucking positive vibes, man. All right, so we're going to do our second ever live read, man. It's exciting. Fucking see how I could fuck up reading directly off a piece of paper. But this is the new fucking sponsor, man. Fucking Herp Shows, man. Okay, so it's the best run reptile shows in the country are coming your way with all the great Herp Shows in the next few months. The remainder of the Herp Shows for the year are October 19th and 20th, Herps Wichita Falls, Texas. October 26th and 27th, Herps New Orleans, Louisiana. November 2nd and 3rd, Herps Lake Charles, Louisiana. November 16th and 17th, Herps Stafford, Texas. And December 7th and 8th, Herps Austin, Texas. Don't forget, in January, last week in January, the Fatman is going to be at the Conroe Herp Show, so I can't wait to meet all you fucking guys. All the show info is at www.herpshow.net or facebook.com/herpshow.
Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Oh, get the fuck out of here. 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 Get the fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Take it away, Peter Snakes.
So, fuck, I see some snakes, Mojave post vanilla. Pastel, super pastel. You guys need to know how to identify your morphs. Either you're buying them and they are correctly identified, or you need to know what you're doing. If you're breeding them, well, if you don't know the difference between a pastel and a super pastel, mate, it's like not knowing the difference between a fire and a super fire. Get it? So I just had to point to the guy. Look, mate, just check the blushing on the head. It's dark, so it's a pastel. Doesn't matter the blushing on the body. It wasn't that much of a blushing on the body. It was orange and it was fucking ugly. The pastels here, they are fucking ugly. It seems like somebody wiped the fucking pastels on their ass. No, I'm not buying this kind of stuff. So get the fuck out of here.
So I guess I got to ask the question. Would it be too on the nose to play the ReptiChip ad before the interview with the ReptiChip guy? Yes. But, yeah, seriously, fuck you guys anyway. Look, guys, I don't have to tell you that ReptiChip is the best substrate on the market. You should already know it. I've been singing the praises of this product way before they became a sponsor on the show. What are you going to do? You're going to use aspen or cypress? Maybe use some paper towels or newspaper? Either way, you're killing trees. Don't kill a fucking tree. Kill a fucking coconut. ReptiChip is made from the highest grade of chipped coconut husk available. Highest grade. It absorbs odors, it's a soft substrate, so there's no fear of impaction, and it's easy to clean, and it's 100% natural, renewable, and sustainable. It takes 40 years to grow a cypress tree. It takes 3 months to grow a fucking coconut. Be part of the solution and not the fucking problem. The makers of ReptiChip have so much confidence in the product that the owner, my boy, JT Tomlinson, has a cell number on the package of every brick sold. Go out and get yourself a brick of ReptiChip today at ReptiChip.com. All right, so you want to know how you know the mark of a truly nice fucking guy? It's the guy that spends half of his interview time on Snakes and the Fatman talking about how awesome other people are. And that's what fucking JT did, man. I mean, I fucking love this guy. One thing we forgot to talk about in the actual interview is the fact that ReptiChip is proud to announce that they will be carrying Easy Hatch trays this weekend at the NARBC Tinley show. Just look for the big-ass orange banner with the fucking snake on the coconut. You really can't you really can't miss it. If you haven't used one of these trays, check them out at the ReptiChip spread there at Tinley. Basically, hatching made easy. Here's JT Tomlinson over at ReptiChip. What's up, brother?
What's up?
What are you doing, man?
Oh, dude, what am I not doing? I'm fucking talking to everybody.
Got a lot
I got this thing on I'm like 8 o'clock. Talk to Chris. And it never fails. Like, this is the time to talk, but I'm happy to do it, man.
You sure?
What's that?
I said, you sure? If you got other shit to do, just let me know.
Yeah, man. No, I don't have time for you, brother.
Oh man, you suck.
Now get the fuck out. Come on. I got nothing but time for you.
Well, you are the man. What's going on over there, man? What are you doing?
So I don't know. What are we fucking recording?
Yeah, we're recording everything.
Yeah, man. Why you spring that on me like that?
We'll cut it up later if we have to.
You're like a journalist. Don't you have to come out with that?
I am so not a journalist. Stop it. I'm a fucking fat guy that tells dick and fart jokes. All right.
So, I know, man. Dude.
Yeah.
Well, you're making a fucking living out of it. So.
Oh yeah, that's me.
It's all coming together for you.
Yeah, a shitty living, but a living nonetheless, right?
Oh, so let's see. I just got off the phone with KD Reptiles. They're our new Canadian distributor.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So looking forward to expanding with those guys. I think they bring a lot to the table, and I'm just stoked. They're kind of a class act. Just got off the phone right after that with James Sterling, just one of my buddies down here. It's got some cool projects going. Check this out. The guy called me to thank me for sending him some stickers, which he bought. He's like one of my best friends. And like the dude, like went to the website, bought some stickers off the website. It was like, man, they got here so fast. And I'm like, bro, why didn't you just hit me up at Arlington? He's like, oh, man, I got to support my friends. And I'm like, you know, you got the right friends in life when they're the guys that buy $2 stickers off your website.
No shit, man. Jesus Christ.
Dude, yeah. It's dude, we're doing good. That, and we've got some ReptiChip en route to the UK as well. So Paul Milner out there. Do you know Paul?
No, I don't know Paul.
Paul from Urban Constrictors is bringing it in. He's going to be our distributor there in the UK. So, you know, expansion's going well.
What are the hurdles that you got to jump through to get this shit to, you know, out of the country?
You know, you got you got customs, you got different ways of doing things. You got UK law, Canadian law. It just depends on which country you're going into, which I know nothing about any of those things. So I just ask people that do know.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, you know, just hire the experts up front and let them take care of it. And in the end, you end up saving a lot of money and trying to do it yourself.
Yup. Hire fucking good people and give them the chance to be fucking awesome, man. That's the way to do it.
Hey, it doesn't matter if it's coming like to graphic design or if it's coming to whatever it is, man.
Yeah.
Why not just hire the expert up front instead of like, you know, the fucking Fiverr guy, you know?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. These Fiverr fucking people are.
That's how you got your jingle.
Yeah, exactly. That fucking will show you what a kick in the ass the Fiverr is. But also,
man.
You know, everybody.
You're a fucking musician.
Yeah, I know, but who has the time, man? I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not a musician anymore, you know. So, but also, you know, Fiverr, everybody's using it for these dumb little intros to the videos, and we did that too when we were first starting off. But we were like one of the first ones to do it, and now you see different companies using the exact same.
Oh yeah.
You know, like Fiverr video intro, and it's just a fucking joke, man. Dump some money into your fucking company, man. You know, like more than $20. It's ridiculous.
More than $20 for an intro you want to use for the next 6 years. Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid, man. And then they don't even buy like good music. And I know I'm one to talk as far as that goes, but they get these free like you know, like what do they call it? A Creative Commons fucking shit. Fucking like everybody has the same goddamn music in the back of their videos now.
Yeah,
you know, it's a sad.
I don't know.
Thing.
Some of that stuff, some of it's catchy, man. I'm like, dude, where did they get that? And then I hear it in the next video. And I'm like, oh yeah, this must be a pretty common thing.
I watch a lot of animated porn, and all of these fucking background music things sound like animated porn. Fucking yeah, it's so stupid.
Is that the comic book stuff? The Japanese?
The hentai. I don't really do hentai because fucking it's just like a bunch of women getting fucked with like octopus tentacles and shit, and they blur it out in Japan. You know, like everybody in Japan, their genitals are blurred, and what the fuck is that, man? You know, so. But luckily, you know, you talk to enough snake skanks, and you eventually find out that, you know, half of them are into that shit too. So it's been an interesting, you know, turn of events as far as the animated porn goes.
Dude,
but
every day,
dude, you don't even want to know half of the shit that fucking. But anyway, Canada already had coconut chip, right?
Yeah, they have a few products up there. I think we're solidly positioned to give Canada a higher quality product. Now, there's some. I'm willing to bet there's some good products up there. So I'm not trying to step on the little guy or anything out there that's, you know, slinging coconut at the expo if he has high quality stuff. Just like in the U.S. market, there's room for everything. There's room for high quality. There's room for lower quality. I mean, you know,
you could say it. There's room for ReptiChip, and then there's room for ReptiShit. You know, and then It's all good, man. You could say it. It doesn't matter here. Free reign, pal.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'm not. I truly believe that. That's just capitalism, right? You're
yeah,
like, you pay
exactly.
for what you get, or you don't.
Yeah, you could pay for fucking some junk, coconut fucking bedding that has like fucking literally 35 strings in the goddamn thing, and you got to pick it all out later on. Um,
Or
eh,
like a fiber jingle. I mean, it just. What do you want to you want to go all out, or you want to get the Snakes and the Fat Man reload?
do you do ReptiChip full time now?
Yeah, I do that full time. In addition to On the Ball, which is
Right.
our ball python company. Um, yeah, it's kind of over the last couple of years, ReptiChip has kind of slowly taken over to take up, the majority of the time here. And I'm lucky enough to have two good guys that work for me that help me out with both the ReptiChip and the snakes. So yeah,
And do you have like a facility, or do you do it out of the house?
man, we do like a hybrid of everything. So we've got stuff at the house, we've got warehousing, we've got some of our distributors, like Logan, for instance, up in Chicago, has his own warehouse. Um, we're about to take a warehouse in the East Coast and West Coast,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah, and I just had to take another warehouse here in San Antonio, a smaller one, but something that we had more access to, so that we could store some of the ready products that are coming out.
Right. Yeah. Talk to me about the new stuff.
So the Ready Chip, it's kind of like a family of products. What we wanted to do is appeal to the guys that had guys and gals that had 1 to 9 animals. So we got these big breeder blocks, and that's great for us breeders and the majority of our little clique of people that are just into breeding or have businesses. I mean, that's excellent for them, but I always felt like, gosh, we're excluding this whole demographic of people. What about the guys that are just getting into it? You give them a breeder block and they're like, that's going to last me a year.
Yeah, it's good for like six
You know?
months. Yeah.
Yeah. So we started getting into loose stuff and bringing in from overseas, and like, dude, there was like, by the time we got it from overseas and shipped it out to people, there was we'd have to be charging like $40 for a
Right.
20, 24 quart like bag. And so I'm like, God, there's got to be a better way. So we just bring in the same breeder blocks here, and then we expand it, we clean it again, we mill it, and then we grade it by size. And so out of that, at the moment, we've got 5 different products, from microchip, which is good for like arachnids and bioactive terrariums, baby chip for like hatchling snakes, all the way up to Ready Chip, which is a cleaner version of ReptiChip, which is all just straight up chip, and then ReptiChunk, which is one of our, like, it's a big chunk size, but it's great for obviously bigger animals, incubation, and a lot of the hot guys like it too, since it's pretty damn big. So your animal's not going to get it in their mouth,
Right.
and
Right.
they don't have to tube an animal, to get a chip out if it's stuck in their mouth. So the hot guys are liking that. Um, and then just, kind of the thing about it is I've had to hold back on kind of marketing it because it takes us a long time to get there. So we probably produce, not enough, right? Like, so we're just trying to get it out to the distributors right now and let them carry it at shows. Kind of just build the business that way, instead of me going on Fiverr and getting the $5 ad and putting it online.
Right. Right. Well, you're basically doing all the shit yourself. You're breaking it
Yeah,
up. You're
you know what?
rewashing it. You're bagging it.
I'm not, but my guy Josh, he's the guy that's doing it. You coming to Tinley?
I'm not coming to Tinley. I'm going to Conroe.
You're going to Thailand?
No, Conroe.
Oh, Conroe. Okay, well, you'll meet Josh at Conroe. But this guy just he just slaves in the coconut mines like I own him. So yeah.
What kind of dog you got?
Oh, that's Cammy. She's a Catahoula. I
Oh,
don't know if you know about dogs, but Catahoulas are they're just like constantly talking, like barking, talking. Ow! You see, she back talks you.
but whenever I tell someone a story about you, I tell them that story about when we were at Arlington and we were in the men's room together and you were pushing snake out of or shit out of a snake, and you were like, "Man, I used to protect the president."
Yeah, that's true. I
And
think about that every now and then.
please, I think about my heyday all the time. Okay, okay, it's more than every now and then, but it really the ReptiChip thing really just I'm not gonna say it went overnight for you, but it went relatively quickly, man. Because I remember hearing you on Sean's podcast maybe 2 years ago when you introduced it.
Yeah, yeah. Sean did us a big solid and had me on, and I think yeah, it has grown pretty fast, but I think we do things just a little bit different here than I guess most corporate entities would do. Like, I want a company that is, built around needs of the consumer, but it's built by the hobbyists and the business owners that are grassroots level people in all these communities. So, like, that was our target, is to gain distributors, one across the nation that, they met some criteria as far as, having good reputation, they're solid people. And then, so, by them representing themselves, they already have their own brand that they're building, and we align the ReptiChip brand with that. But I think that, ReptiChip is kind of like the ReptiChip belongs to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we empower our distributors and our representatives to have their own businesses all over. Well, now starting internationally. So I think that that's the draw for me, is this is not a big corporation. This is a business that was built by the industry.
Yeah, no, that's fucking cool as shit, man. What are the pain points in growing so fast?
Oh, painful. Well, we had a lot of lessons learned. One of the biggest ones that sounds like a good problem, but it's still a problem, was we could never bring in enough to satisfy demand, and we had to invest. We constantly reinvest everything that we have just straight up into product, or more recently into like either packaging or the machinery that we're using to develop the ReptiChip, stuff like that. But constantly reinvest and stay on top of inventory, which sounds like, oh man, that's a shit problem, right? Like, oh, you don't have enough, like everybody wants to buy it. Yeah, but like the problem is when you don't have enough, then like people get pissed off, right?
Right.
So or you have competitors come up, they'll find something cheap, bring it in, and I mean it's not the end of the world, but the problem with getting enough is, like, we grew this from the ground up, so we just reinvested that money. Well, reinvesting that money when it takes 4.5 months to get to you, and you've got a couple of containers on the ocean, that's a lot of money that's just sitting there doing nothing.
Right.
So we took out loans, we did all the other stuff, and eventually we got ahead of it. And now that's still always a pain point for me, though, is making sure that we have it for our distributors, our reps, and our customers when we need it, when they need it.
And what's the price point on a block of ReptiChip?
From overseas?
No, no. Well, if just a customer is buying a block of ReptiChip versus a bag of ReadyChip, what's the price points on there?
At the shows for a block, you're looking anywhere from $15 to $22. That's probably because of whatever that distributor costs them to get.
Right.
We've got those distributors up where you are and distributors up in the Pacific Northwest that they have to pay out the ass to get it out there. And that's another reason why we're starting to get warehouses in those locations. But so we've got that's about on par for a block. Shipping, of course, adds, you're at least in $10 on a block on shipping.
Right.
When you do multiples, you can get a little bit lower than that. But if you got it at, $10 shipped a block, you're doing well. And then on the 24 quarts for all the ready products, you're looking somewhere between $18 to $24 for a 24 quart. So, and that's typically not including shipping. Again, it just really depends on where you're picking it up from. A lot of the distributors that are closer to me, the price is lower, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I know my the people I know around here, Harrison being one of them. He gets about $10 at a time, but I don't know whether he orders it from you guys or if he just gets it at a local, like a White Plains show.
I see his name pop up come across the stream. Yeah, he usually gets it from us. There's just a lot of solid guys that just like does straight up like just order right from us and we send it to him.
Yeah, fucking Harry is the man. He's
cracked me up, man. I listened to that show of his. I gave him some shit at this at Arlington
for the MSO thing or MOS thing.
Not knowing what the fuck MOS stands for. That's like the most basic thing in the military, like your military occupational specialty, like MOS. Like what do you do? Well, I don't remember the acronym for it.
I think a lot of people have been giving him shit because Anya from Snake Eyes gave him shit about it too.
Yeah, man. Anya's good people.
Yeah, they're great. They're actually coming on next week.
Dude, yeah, that's a good crew. They're some of my favorite people to hang out with. That's what I was saying. When you come down here for Conroe's show, me and Anya and Matt and the whole crew, we'll go out to Japanese Steakhouse, and then Anya and Matt showed me this cool place across the street. It's like all you can drink. And I was thinking, all right, so we're going to all you can drink place, seriously? So we walk in, right, and it's decorated like a Long John Silver. I'm like, what the fuck? They got like people are ordering catfish and shit. So I'm like, how's this all you can drink place? And they're like, just trust me, just go up to the front. So we go up to the front. Josh and I are standing there and we're like, oh, they got beer and they got like margarita machines. And so you tell the guy what you want, right? And I'm thinking, well, what is this going to cost? Whatever. It can't be that expensive. We're in a Long John Silver, right? Nah, dude, they like, Josh got his like fruity thing and I got a fruity thing and we're like, yeah, hey, so how much is it? And they're like, just tell us when you want a refill. Like, how much is it? It's free. I'm like, what kind of deal is this, right? Come to find out, it sounds like, I don't want to spread rumors, but I guess they don't have their liquor license. So they can't sell it. They can't sell it, but they can give it away, right?
Yep.
So
loophole.
So after the Japanese Steakhouse, we can sit there and drink fruity margaritas and talk shit about everybody we know.
Hell yeah, I excel at that.
Yeah, you're the best, man. You're the best. I don't know how you can talk so much shit about people and everybody still loves you.
I have a gift. I have a gift of saying really dumb, stupid shit, but still coming off as fairly likable. But
it's amazing to me. Like I tread lightly. I try not to offend any people yet. Like for some reason, I'm like, we got a target on our back. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, you do. You put the fucking right flag on the back of your shirt, and maybe you wouldn't have a bunch of shit happening.
Yeah, you can't even wear the American flag right now.
What a fucking cunt that guy was. I can't even believe. I mean, like you definitely diffused the situation a little bit by calming everybody down after you gave a couple of people the right to vent, but what a bunch of fucking cunts that they complain about. And how the fuck you gonna be from Texas and never heard of JT or ReptiChip?
Man, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss too. Like it not for that. I'm at a loss why you just don't go talk to somebody when if you have a problem, like
Yeah.
you're gonna go all the way home and then it wasn't me, it was putting a company on blast.
Right.
Like that's the thing. If you said JT, you motherfucker, you wore it wrong, ain't no big deal. Like that's just me. But the company, there's like 100 people involved in ReptiChip in some way or another, right? Like
Right.
so, you put the company on blast. Now you're you're forcing me to respond to it, and not that I like the way that went down because I didn't, but at some point you're accountable for what you say and what you do. Everybody is.
Right.
Um, but hey, I'll find that guy at the next expo and we'll have a face to face.
You should just fucking shove your nuts in his mouth. That would be interesting. But it's the same all in this fucking industry. Like I don't know if you heard last month's episode, but talking about this fucking FBI group where people could just sling shit on other people with no fucking proof and all that.
Yeah, you know
and-
what? There was another group prior to that one called the FBI.
Right, it got
And
taken down.
yeah, and that was every time that I was involved with it, I thought everybody was pretty on the up and up. I saw some stuff kind of spiral out, but I thought that the mods handled that better. But I guess you have all these spin-offs now, and it's not really what the original one was about.
Right. Well, it really doesn't matter anymore because if it's not searchable, it really,
Hmm.
a bad guy post or a good guy post, there's no point in just doing it,
Right.
on Facebook. It's Morph Market is doing the right thing by bringing back like certain kind of forums to
Yeah,
help everybody out.
John's straight up with that. That's a fantastic place to go.
John is
And
the shit too, man. So he knows what he's
yes,
doing.
he so they've taken it a step farther in like there's a level of vetting that goes into that one because you're already selling on that marketplace if people don't know. He's gone so far as he's working towards credentializing the people that are involved there, so you know who you're talking with,
Right,
or
right.
know of them through reputation, built by other people. Like that's a huge step for us as opposed to the anonymity of Facebook, where I can have any fake account on there and then just
Right.
talk shit.
Right, exactly. I see what they were trying to do, but Morph Market is doing it so much better. So I would recommend people that actually, are in that FBI group to go to Morph Market. The problem is a lot of people in the FBI group are people that are never going to spend more than $30 on an animal or $50
Yeah,
on an animal. So
potentially the case, but there's a lot to be said for bringing these forums back. What John's doing, the Morph Market forum, I
yeah,
think that and you're starting to see like bigger breeders like participating in that. People that you won't see on Facebook, like you're. And the sad part is they're starting to get some of the kickback that they pushback there that they would get on Facebook. I'm glad to see though that it hasn't deterred them, because what ultimately happens is somebody that's been in this industry for a while, may have even like contributed to building this industry. That's how long they've been around. Will offer some advice on there, or just some, not even advice, just saying, hey, this is what I found that works, right? And then you've got people coming in there saying, no, that'll never work, or why the hell would you do it like that, or you're only interested in money. Well, if I'm and I'm not a big breeder, so I'm saying if I was a big breeder and I was on there and I tried to give some valuable insight, I put some time into a post, and I'm just trying to help other people, and I'm sharing, and I'm getting beaten up for contributing. How many more times am I going to contribute?
right, exactly.
Before I'm just like, well, I mean, I know that happens. That happens to us. That happens to I've had conversations with a lot of influencers and big guys in the industry, and that's why you won't see them do that kind of thing, because it's a lose-lose for them. Like, one, they're trying to help people out, they get shit on, so why the hell do they want to keep going back to it?
Right.
Which is a shame, because like you can learn a lot just by shutting the fuck up and taking what you want to use and disregarding what you don't.
Right. Right. And if you don't like somebody, just don't buy from them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's that
Mark,
simple.
that's true.
You know. But then again, if people did that, then what would I really bitch about every week? So
What's this person? Yeah, then there's no show.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'd find other things to bitch at. you know.
Well, I think what we always run into here is like somebody has to give the perception of expertise,
Yeah.
right? Like, so if you're feeling like inadequate or you want to gather a fan base or something, you have to make a stand or turn something into a divisive issue, like an American flag for that instance. Like if you want to be, um, if you want attention or if you want to, gather up fanboys or whatever, you have to make a name for yourself by doing something like that.
Right.
That's bad state of affairs, right?
Yeah. No. I agree
It's
100%.
unfortunate.
That
Well, that's
guy
just
got fucking obliterated though.
yeah, and at some point I'm like, hey, dude, you take accountability for your actions. But by the time I got back to that post, I was like, holy shit, this should have gone. This should have got deleted like 10 hours ago.
Nah, I fucking love that it was. I love that it was up so long. So
Yeah, God, man, I've mixed feelings about that. But I'll tell you what, on the he's got an open invitation to come talk to me in person, and if he has a problem with it, he can take it off me himself.
yeah, no, I agree with that. It's a lot of people got to know when to just bury it, and just kind of move on, So, um, granted, that's not my strong point, but it is for a lot of people, and it just is what it is. Like we ripped on so many people in Texas when we were there,
Yeah,
but
you did.
everybody in Texas got it. Like they knew it was all a joke. They knew it was all like
Man,
hey, there's the angry fat guy that likes to fucking joke around with people.
from yeah, and now you got the New York thing, so they
I
get it
hate that
already.
New York thing though. So
They already expect you to be talking shit.
yeah,
So
they already
and
expect me to be an asshole.
you know how it is down here. Like people are, I think there's like a true community down here, and we all have our own fights and stuff like that. But for the most part, the Texan crew is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, you hear these stories about these little mafias, in different sections of the country. But I got to tell you, the Texas mafia that I know of, I mean, you guys are fucking cool as shit, man. And like everybody was cool as shit. Like everybody from Anya and Matt to Corey to I mean, just everybody down there was just cool as shit. And I honestly, I can't wait to see them again because it's such a fucking fun place to be. It's
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, man. Like, yeah, you're gonna enjoy the Herp show as well. Like, I think like Sean's the promoter for Herp
right.
show.
Yeah, he's
Sean
coming
is
on the show in 2 weeks.
fantastic. Great guy. Like, fantastic show circuit, fantastic promoter. Like, I can't say enough about the guy. Like, he literally takes care of everybody and everything, but he doesn't put up with bullshit either. Like, I've seen him, tell people to pack their shit and get out. Like,
Right,
he's
right.
a solid promoter. And he's doing things the right way. I got nothing but respect for the guy, and I think that, I mean, he's the kind of guy that would sit down and like, I was quizzing him on some Facebook, like, hey, how do I advertise off of Facebook? Well, he took time out of setup on a show to bring out his computer and show me, the basics of Facebook advertising.
Right.
Before the biggest show, this was 2 weeks ago at Herp's Conroe. I'm like, who else is gonna do that? This is a solid dude, and just like, and that guy, man, when he says, well, you probably won't hear him say it, right? Like, because the guy is not gonna brag about what he does, but he puts money into advertising like there's like nobody's business, and it's all methodical. He has a lot of different methods that he uses, and that guy does his homework. Like, if he's putting a show up in your area, it's because your area is growing. It's because there's a need in your area, he's not going to be like, they're not doing Repticons, man. They're not just
Right.
putting something up and like, they're going to a specific area because they know the demographics there. They're going to bring people in the door, and it's going to be a buying public.
Yeah, I actually was talking to him for the first time, probably about 3 or 4 nights ago, and he was out, you know, like hanging out with some friends, and he was still just constantly fucking talking to me, and you know, letting me know shit, you know, about him and about Herps and about you know where he's gonna be next week. I mean, he's really just he's definitely a solid guy, so I definitely wanted him on there, and or on here rather, and
Yeah,
I've never been to a Herp show before, so I definitely wanted to, you know, go down to one, and I was thinking about, you know, going down to one by Sean. This way, I could get into, you know, 2 visits with you know, Sean and the Herp show. But I think the Conroe show in January is going to be the one that I go to.
that's a good one. Yep, that's a solid show. And like, he's just one of us too. He's just like anybody else that's just grown in the industry, made the right moves, developed a business, taken care of people along the way. Like those are the people that like personally that I want to align with. There's those guys that are, nothing was given to them. This isn't a corporate entity that came in and decided we're going to pop a show up in every, podunk town across the nation.
Right.
Like this is a guy that used to sell geckos, just like right next to us. And it has slowly and methodically built his business by taking care of people and satisfying the need. Like when I look at my aspirations and ReptiChip and all that, those are the companies and the people that we're going to support is the people that are in this industry and not the ones that are either buying their way into the industry or that just throwing big money around. We want the guys that are, have grown with
Right.
us.
Right. Yeah, yeah, the people that were hanging next to your table 5 years ago.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
type of people. So yeah, no, I agree
Exactly.
with that.
It's like being on the block, right? Like, were you born in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you grew up with the crew and you got your crew, right? I
No,
don't know.
not anymore. But
I watched too many movies, man. I don't know.
yeah, it's not all like Goodfellas here, you know.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I thought for sure you guys were gonna like put a hit out on me or some shit like a couple of years ago.
Oh no. We're good. I mean, Donato was like that, but Donato is
Yeah,
like
I know.
Italian. You know.
That's why I shut up when I'm around him. Like I don't want to get shanked or whatever you guys do. Shivved, shanked,
Please,
something. I don't
you
know.
should have seen him in Daytona. It was fucking.
Oh,
Just
probably should. Yeah.
fucking a drunk old Italian. You know, like he was just looking at everybody, and he's like, "What are you looking at? I'll choke you out." You know.
Oh no.
And we got into the elevator, and there's this like 14-year-old kid there, and he's like, "Hey, Chris." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I'll fucking choke this motherfucker out right now." And the 14-year-old kid is fucking, fucking like paranoid, you know. So yeah, he's a fun guy. I invited him to the Conroe show too.
Oh
And
fuck no.
you
Bring
know,
that shit.
no, he was at
I'm
he was
just
at
playing,
Arlington.
Donato.
You know, he's one of my best friends. He's really cool, but he is dead. He's Italian, man. He's Italian like no
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I met him. Yeah, I met him down at last Arlington. I
Arlington
think.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah. Good dude.
yeah.
I don't want to mess with him though.
No,
No.
he's a teddy bear. We're all teddy bears, you know. Shit. All right, so all right, you got to stop fucking blowing everybody else, and let's talk about you for a while.
I can't blow myself, bro.
Yeah, I know, but fucking, I know you got it with that fucking Facebook profile picture. I know you got them lining up.
I had to put that online after the American flag thing. But anyway, moving on.
What did you do before ReptiChip? What was your day job?
So before that was on the ball pythons, and before that I was doing government contracting overseas, and before that I was in the military. So.
All right, listen. You ever kill a motherfucker?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it like that that movie on Netflix with the guy from Sons of Anarchy and Ben Affleck and was it Fifth Horizon or
I have no fucking idea.
Oh
What
man, you gotta fucking pay attention to shit.
Man, I don't watch a lot of yeah. I kind of nose to the grindstone. I
All right,
I,
so
I kind of work.
all right, so
Um,
so basically that joke won't work in that situation. Okay, so
you want me
so
to give you want me to give you a rundown of the career in like proper order? Like
I would like to know, 25-year-old JT, where were you then?
25-year-old JT was had gone to school, graduated college, commissioned in the army. Um, Probably deployed 2 or 3 times by then. Uh, About to get out of the military and go into contract work.
So you deployed 3 times by 25.
Yeah, we started. Oh, I guess I started deploying when I was 22. We were when 9/11 happened. It was like I had literally gone through like a year of training um, just to get assigned to my unit, and within the first week, 9/11 happened, and started either going on exercises or deploying pretty much the whole time in the military.
And how long was each tour versus how long were you back at home?
Usually they'd be as long as 8 months and as short as 4 months. And then we'd be back home. So after Afghanistan kicked off, we were supposed to have a year at home. And at the time, I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, so it's a ready division. Or you at any time you have a battalion that's on call to go. What we say is wheels up in 18 hours, meaning like you can put a whole battalion of 1,600 people in the air ready to conduct an air assault or airborne operation on
Right.
any place in the world within 18 hours. And so we got back from Afghanistan. Iraq had already kicked off, and we were home probably for 5 months out of what was supposed to be a year-long, I guess, loiter time in between deployments. But we were the Ready Battalion, and it's actually kind of funny. So we were doing training back at Fort Bragg, and we had Donald Rumsfeld out, who was the Secretary of Defense, watching us do like shoot stuff, like live fire exercises. And you know, I had come back to the company area early to get everybody back in, their weapons cleaned and turned in, because we were supposed to have a 3-day weekend. So as soon as soldiers are done, like shooting shit, they want to clean shit and they want to go home, and you want to give them their time off, right? So that's all we're looking forward to. Everybody's happy they could go see their wives or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever the fuck it was. And so I got back to the battalion area from the field pretty quickly, getting ready to receive the company back, and they've got like CNN blasting in the background. It's kind of like a talk, it's like where people call in and stuff. It's the admin area. And I watched Donald Rumsfeld, who had just been at our training exercise. He's on they're already videoing him on CNN at Pope Air Force Base, which is right across the street from Bragg. He's getting on a bird. He's doing an interview, and he says, "Hey man, yeah, I was just here watching these guys do this live fire exercise. They're ready. They're ready to go. That's why we're sending them to Iraq." Like, so I literally heard that we were going to Iraq from Donald Rumsfeld, and then all of a sudden the phone started blowing up. Like the wives started calling like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I have no fucking clue. Like, don't believe anything." Like, I even called my commander and said, "Hey, what, have you heard anything about this?" He's like, "No, they would have told me." Yeah, so like 48 hours later, we were in the air.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting when somebody has, like, I mean, he was the top guy in charge of Department of Defense. He says it happens.
right. And
Pretty
how
amazing.
long were you in Iraq for?
That was only a 4-month tour, so we hit it, and like it was pretty interesting because I think we were the first, well, one of the first units that had been already to combat that hit Iraq, because a lot of units had not, they had either just they had entered Iraq, but they hadn't been to Afghanistan first. Um, so we got there and kind of, had a lot of experience under our belt, and we got there and had no idea what our mission was. And I mean, some of it was pretty damn quick. It was almost like the movies where they're like briefing people on the way to the helicopter. That's kind of how quick that mission was.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. When I used to see that kind of stuff on TV, I'd be, that's bullshit. We plan everything like so far in advance. Now, not when Donald Rumsfeld says you're going. So,
Jesus
um,
Christ. Well,
yep.
and then you're retired from the military after that.
I got out of the military. So I came back from Iraq. We did some more training. I was slotted to go to a different branch. I was an infantry guy. I was slotted to go to through this special forces courses, and that would have taken a total of 2 years for me because they do language courses. They do, this whole gamut of stuff. And I looked at it and I'm like, fuck, man, I can't stay in. Like the war's going to be over by the time I get through training, right? So I'm like, I can always get back in the military. So I was like, I'm just going to get out and go do contract work overseas, right? Because we're basically doing the same stuff, and then you're just getting paid a lot more, and you had more time off. So I was like, I'm going to go do that. So I went and did that, and then did diplomatic protection for a while, and in Afghanistan, and then got out. Went back into the military, actually here in Texas, which was like an active guard position. They were trying to build a battalion that modeled the 75th Ranger Regiment. And so I started what they call being a plank owner of that organization, meaning like you started the organization. And things were going really good, and they changed commanders and some stuff changed, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm going back overseas. So then I went back and did all the way up until I think 2014. I was doing work for a government agency over there.
And then when you came back, even after spent the last 8 or 10 years, doing all this macho fucking,
Some of it.
this hardcore fucking shit. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking breed ball pythons now.
Yeah, that's the irony, right? Well, I think what happens is a lot of guys go over, and it fills a need. Like it's a better transition out of the military because it's kind of the same kind of thing, and for the most part, you get treated a little bit better. You have a little bit more control over your life. Like I was lucky in making my way into some organizations they like really took care of you. Like, I mean, like I'm not kidding you, when we had like steak and lobster, like some places like once a week, or they'd fly you out like you'd be in the middle of nowhere. They fly you out like bison steaks or something like that, right? Like, yeah, like I'm
So
like,
it's like the
hey,
shit you see on TV with private
dude,
contractors over there.
that's where your tax money's going.
Okay.
So, so you took good care of me for a while.
All right.
Uh,
Well,
I mean,
you're an all
I
right
mean,
guy.
you had that, and then you also had times where we were bartering for fucking local food, trying to give them, I don't know, whatever we had on hand. So, I mean, they took care of you where they could, but you were expected, it was big boy rules, right? They expected you to do, what had to be done in the meantime. And when they can take care of you, they took care of you. But I think as a transition out of the military, it was good. Kind of gets your mind right, I guess. Like it's just an easier transition into kind of a semi-civilian world.
Right.
But a lot of guys are always looking to make a break because you are gone for so long. Like even on contract work, like I'd probably be overseas a minimum of like 8 months out of the year. And then again, when you're back, you're still going to training, you're still doing courses, you're still doing all this stuff. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're at home. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I want to start my own business because I don't want to work for anybody after all this shit. What do I know? And I knew a little bit about snakes. It's always been an interest of mine. And I'm like, if you're going to do something in life, like after all these life experiences that I've had, like do what you love or what you're interested in. Like there's no other way to live, right?
Right.
Like fucking do something you're passionate about. So that's what I did. And I said, you know what? If it fails, I just go back overseas. So.
And so, what year did you start the on the ball?
Um, I think officially 2014, and I've been buying a couple animals in the meantime. Had friends or hired people to take care of them while I was overseas. Probably only about 6 months or a year. So I had I probably had 14 animals or something that I was just trying to get my feet wet, trying to get started. And I had done it before, off and on, when I was in the military and doing contract work. So I knew, I'd bred ball pythons for 10 years before that. The problem was that, you come home, you buy an animal, you fucking get deployed, you have to sell the animal,
Right.
so
Right.
it was, there's no longevity in that. So I knew in order to make a break, I'd have to have, some breeding stock kind of saved up. And then I just started, I don't know, just doing it, man. Like there's no formula to it, right? It's like, if you're going to do it, shut up and fucking do it.
Yep.
Right? Like
That's the only
don't
way to do it. Fucking.
learn as you go, man. There's no substitute for that. Like take full ownership, learn the hard lessons yourself, and hopefully don't fucking repeat some of the failures and just keep moving forward. You know.
That and how many do you have now at on the ball?
Uh that's a good question, man. I think the best way that I know how to like I guess gauge a collection is by like the amount of female breeders you have, right? Because you always have your raise ups, you always have like the hatchlings that you're saving and the hatchlings that are on inventory, and you've always got males. So I kind of like judge a collection like by the size of how many breeding females they have.
Right.
So we're probably about 200, 250, somewhere in there.
Okay, so you probably got about 350 as far as actual snakes at the place, right?
Uh, yeah, probably. We're probably around 500. I need to get back on Morphmark and start advertising some shit.
Oh my god! And what's the big projects you're working on?
I'm big into. I really like ultramill stuff. Big into ultramill stuff. I like clown projects, but everybody likes clown projects, so I've kind of refined it. I do a lot of the G-stripe clown stuff. I think that's that I really like that. I think it brings a whole nother dynamic to clown, and I think that's about to get pretty damn hot here soon. Um, and I like some of the off the wall stuff, like it's just stuff that people don't typically
What's
work
up
with.
with this fucking Huffman bullshit?
I like Huffman, man. Huffman. So, believe it or not, one of my buddies from overseas, I met him overseas. We were doing the same contract work. Never met the guy before. We're sitting we're sitting at a table because it's so cliquish there. Like if you have shooters, the shooters are sitting at a table. If you have like mechanics, they're sitting at their own table. Like nobody talked to each other. It's kind of by design or whatever. So I'm sitting at a table. We're in a transition area. I think we were flying through Kabul in Afghanistan, going out to different provinces and stuff. And this guy he said something about like I heard him talking to somebody else. He said something about Exanthic, and I'm like, oh fuck. And so I'm kind of listening in on this guy's conversation, and sure enough, this dude's a ball python breeder. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Matt Stegall from Polyamorous Polyamorous Ball Pythons. He's out of Florida. We were on contract together. He was kind of kind of one of my trusted friends, and he got me turned on to this Huffman stuff, man. Like, he sent me out. In fact, I owe him. Like, he sent me a bunch of animals, and like, I've used them here, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking get something back to you, man. But he likes that dark shit, and this was years ago. I'm like, man, this Huffman stuff's pretty cool. And then I linked up with your boy over here, Austin Hudgens, or what do you call him?
Schmoston Schmudgens.
Schmoston Schmudgens. I mean, I won't name his name, but Schmoston Schmudgens. He's been showing me some of the Huffman stuff that he's working with now, and it's pretty fucking cool, man. I like it. In fact, I just picked up one from him.
Ah, yeah, what was his reaction? Is he another Texan who wants to kill me?
No, man. No, man. Dude, I think I told you earlier, Austin's a cool motherfucker. You know, I mean, like, you're not gonna like the dude's just cool, man. You're not gonna phase him. He's not gonna phase you. It's like he's gonna throw some shit out there, but like, dude doesn't really care about the results, man. He's just he's just like, he's just doing what he loves to do. And it's like,
no. I will say that you're the reason that I was like, okay, you know, I changed my opinion of him. Not that it was bad to begin with, because I had never heard of him, but when you vouched for him, I was like, yeah, then he got to be all right.
You know, his internet persona is a little bit different than his real life persona. In real life, like, that dude's about as solid as they come, and like, just a cool motherfucker, like just like you, like, that guy's an asshole on the radio, but they fucking get to know you, and they're like, oh, that's a cool motherfucker.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's so sweet. Yeah.
Dude, oh yeah.
No, that's cool. I'm glad. I wanted to portray it as fair to both of them, without digging on them, because fucking the night it happened, I was like, I can't believe these motherfuckers dragged me into this bullshit.
Yeah, man, dude. I think that's just our that's the day and age we're in, right? Is like, if you're on social media, like, shit's gonna fucking happen, right?
Yeah, and like, fucking, I've said enough stupid shit over the course of 10 years on Facebook, where I shouldn't really be calling out anybody. Okay.
I have to, and I try to learn from it and like not take everything seriously, but like, as you see, sometimes it just doesn't go according to plan.
Well, I figure, the older you get, you realize at the end of the day, just fucking getting a laugh out of something is really all that matters. Especially when you get, over 40, and you're like, man, I could die at any given moment right now. I'm gonna have some fun and fucking laugh.
Right?
So it's just, and you fucking always, under fire from the enemy. You got to be thinking like that too. Like, why not fucking laugh? And
yeah, man, I mean, fuck, I mean, this shit's cake. Like, when you go home at night, right? Like, my worst day here is always better than my best day overseas.
Right.
So,
right,
like,
yeah.
dude, I mean, what does it matter?
Yeah, I absolutely hear you there. So, yeah. Well, I hope, Austin is not mad, and I hope fucking, Corsi's not mad, and just fucking,
He's of course not.
Let's have some fucking fun. I'm gonna talk shit about you, regardless. I talk shit about Justin.
It's the playground, bro. If Chris isn't bagging on you, then like, you get something wrong with you or something.
That's fucking right.
Then it's serious. Like, then maybe he doesn't like you.
Yeah. No, the only way I don't like you is if I never ask you to be on the show. Because I'll interview anybody. I'll interview fucking dog breeders. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll interview people that have nothing to do with snakes. And if you have something to do with snakes and I haven't asked you on the show yet, it means that I don't like you. And, it's whether you have a fucking, and it could be something, as simple as if you named your company something stupid. I just won't have you on. Fuck it, you shouldn't have named your shit something dumb, So
Oh,
it's just
man.
that's the way it goes. So, but yeah, what are you gonna do? It's like fucking. I could do that because it's my podcast. If you want to get on a podcast, start
Right.
your own podcast and fucking
Make your
do
own
it.
fucking. Dude,
Yeah.
that's
So
I gotta hand it to man. You guys like that are doing like the podcast and YouTube thing, man. Like that is serious work. Like that's not easy shit. I mean, and it's not just like getting equipment and fucking setting up and like just doing it right. Like if you got a real job
oh yeah,
and
if you got a
or a
real
real
job,
company,
it's hard,
like
man.
are you fucking kidding me? Like there's not enough time in the day. I get beaten up all the time because there's not enough time to do anything else, right? But like, man, that's serious work. My hat's off to y'all, man.
Yeah,
That's very
I'm actually a marketing coordinator and web designer for a big corporate company, and fucking at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't want to do a fucking podcast, you know, and then you read
yeah,
Facebook and you're like, I especially don't want to do a podcast with these assholes, but
yeah,
you just end up doing it because I figure at the end of the day, if I can make somebody laugh or piss their pants a little bit or fucking have a heart attack, I want to do it. I want to fucking do it and make people laugh at least, So that's why I don't give a fuck if we talk about snakes on this fucking podcast.
yeah, man.
I'd actually prefer if we didn't, you know.
Just bullshitting a little bit, kind of like letting people know kind of what's behind like some of the guests, what they're about.
Exactly. Like nobody buys from a company name; they buy from the personality.
Oh yeah,
it's
dude,
fucking
absolutely.
that's why I like to know more about the people. That's why when I interview people like Brittany Gobble or Mark Mandick or fucking any of these normal people, we just the conversation strays away from snakes because how many times are you going to talk about like, oh, this is my yellow belly pied pastel
Yeah,
banana? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
I, I
Okay.
don't know about you. Like at the end, like after a show, like there's like a rule, like no snake talk. Like I know we're dealing with snakes all the time, but like fucking like let's just chill the fuck out, and not talk about fucking snakes. And
I
shit,
would
right?
I would
Like
change that rule a little bit and say no snake talk 2 days before and 2 days after.
oh man,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, because you're gonna get it at the show. We're gonna hear about your pastel yellow belly and what you're gonna pair them to and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. I mean, granted, like this is where we all start, and it's great to be excited about everything, but we also owe it to ourselves to replenish ourselves and not to like because it can take a toll on you after a while,
Oh fuck yeah, it was.
same things over and over again.
Yeah, and just waiting for the same thing to happen year after year.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, you don't want to quell anybody's excitement. You want to encourage it, and that's great.
Oh, maybe you do. Oh.
But well, yeah, I mean, you do a good job of quelling it. But like, at the same point, like, uh, we have to do self-care, right? And like keep sane and like have a real life and real interaction with people that are outside the snake world. It's easy to get kind of sucked into that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, especially when you first get started and your excitement level is fucking so high. I like nothing better than just crushing people's excitement right off the bat. Like that's really my favorite time of the year. When people will be like telling me what their breeding plans are, and I'm like, why the fuck are you gonna do that? You're gonna produce at best an $80 wholesale snake. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking piece of shit. Nobody cares about your 1 in 64 odds and your fucking, you spent $100 on a possible head puzzle. Get the fuck out of here. That snake is better
Harrison?
off dead.
Are you listening, Harrison?
Yeah, Harrison I made fun of all the time. He's like, yeah, I bred a possible head puzzle to a pastel clown. I'm like, why the fuck did he do that?
No, man. I mean, like, but like, dude, when you got those guys that they can take the jabs and stuff like that, you got a guy that's gonna stick here in the industry, right?
Dude,
like,
Harrison is crushing it. I mean, he has nothing to show, yet he has more videos on YouTube than anybody else that I know.
Okay. So, like, people kept coming up in Arlington, right, and being like, "Hey, where's Miguel?" Right? Everybody wanted to see Miguel, of course, and I was like, "Did you check the front of the door?" Because Miguel walks in, like he's not getting past the front of the door before he's doing interviews and like all that kind of shit. That's probably where he is until he can escape that and kind of like start meandering. We probably saw him about I don't know 3 p.m. Finally made his way over to us, and who's with him? Like Will Morose from Canton. You know Will?
I know of Will, yeah.
Oh man, Will, solid dude, right? And guess who else is just like hanging out with this
Fucking
guy?
Harry Wang.
Harry Wang.
Yep.
And so we go to auction, right? And we just happen to be sitting next to Miguel's table. So you got the ReptiChip crew, Miguel's crew, and Miguel's like, "Hey, have you met Harrison?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think we've talked a few times, right?" And he goes, "Dude, this is my Austin." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." They've been calling him Little Austin the whole time, right? And he's like, "Fucking," and Austin's kind of like, real Austin's kind of proud of that. He's like, "Yeah, I got a little protege now."
Jesus Christ. He could have been the next Asian Eminem.
Oh, I heard that on your
Yeah,
podcast.
he's
Dropping
he's
beats?
crushing it, dropping beats and looking all fucking thug and shit.
Oh man.
And then you meet him. He came to the shop for the first time, and he was he's in the military too, so he's wearing his fatigues, and that motherfucker looked like a little GI Joe figure. And
Oh yeah, dude.
when I
Little
say
cute.
that, I mean like he was the size of a little GI Joe figure and everything. Like fucking, it was awesome. And then he bought a couple of racks when we were downsizing, and it was funny because he was gonna just bring his Jeep and think that he could fit an ARS baby rack in it.
He's got like that size distortion thing going on. Like he can't figure. Yeah.
He really does. I mean,
It's like it's all gonna fit.
yeah.
and,
He's like, don't worry, we'll just stack it high. I'm like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
Hey, dude, he didn't. Dude, his people are supposed to be good at that shit.
Dude,
You know, like you get out the abacus and you're like,
dude, let me tell you something. That's pretty racist, and I'm offended by that.
I hope Harrison is.
Dude,
I don't know.
I would tell him all the time. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm like, I'm coming over your house for dinner, and he's like, oh, what do you want? And I'm like, just give me a number 7, right?
Oh, sweet. Well, let me go ahead and apologize to the 2 Asians in the community.
Oh
that
yeah,
I offended with that. Bob, Harrison, I'm sorry.
Yep. There's 2 of them.
If there's any other Asians, let us know. We'll make a formal apology to you too.
Yeah, no, we probably won't, but it's pretty funny because when I was doing the Harrison preview, I was just like, I was comparing him to like Kim Jong-un and like the guy from Always Be My Maybe and like just like every like Jackie Chan, like didn't even matter if they were from the same country as him.
They're not even close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna. Dude, Harrison was cracking me up on that interview because he's kind of dry, man. He had a couple dry little zingers in there. That,
he really does. And
that's a funny dude.
When you don't expect him to laugh a lot, that's when he laughs a lot. And he's just one of the nicest guys I know, and I'm glad that he's in this, right, because he could take a joke, he knows when to be serious. He could defend himself, and he could defend himself without being a dick, and that's what I really liked about him.
People. Yeah, no, exactly, man. Solid people. There's a bunch of people like that in the industry, but I noticed that out of Harrison too, man. Asian Austin, bro. I love you, man.
Asian Austin. That's great. I actually think I saw a picture of you with Austin with you shoving your finger up his nose.
Oh, no, I was giving him the hush thing, but...
okay. Well, he's way short, huh?
Like, he whispers like sweet nothings to me, and I'm like, not here. This not
please. Yeah, not here. Like don't fucking rub my dick into place.
Not
But he's like 5'3", right?
Yeah, it might be a little bit ambitious, but yeah.
Yeah. But Harrison is small too, so he's probably smaller than Austin.
Dude, they're like a perfect couple.
That actually would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Like Miguel picks on them, so it's like they ain't pushing the 5 digits very much.
Yeah, none of them are. These
5 foot
fucking
5 foot level,
these fucking small people are.
Mm.
So now, what's going on? What time is it there?
We're just at 9, bro. We're only an hour behind you.
Oh, okay, all right. Now, are you do you normally drink at night?
I'm not deployed. I'm not deployed right now. So like I'm in Texas, bro. Like, is it day where you're at?
Yeah. Is it? I just wanted to check. Is it Saturday there? All right.
We're celebrating Thanksgiving.
Fuck. Now, what's some hobbies of the JT there?
Hobbies, man. Man, I wish I had something interesting for you. I don't. I work a lot. Like occasionally we get a day off, and I'd love to go down to the beach or the lake or something. Other than that, man, I'm just kind of in that period of my life where I'm like, I'm gonna work because I don't want to work for the rest of my life. So
Right.
I'm gonna build shit now for the next 10 years, and then hopefully kind of start stepping away and letting other people run stuff. So.
And how old are you now? What are you, like 38?
Fuck, now I'm about to hit 41.
Now you pretty much go to a show every weekend, right?
Mm-mm. No, no, I really pulled back from shows, and we hit some of the bigger ones. We always support the bigger Herp shows, and ARBC shows. Just recently started trying to get out, because what I'm trying to do is really just kind of get out there and network and talk to people. So we just hit Pomona. I'd love to get out to some of the more regional shows and see what it's about, because they're all different demographics, different people, and it's like it really opens your eyes. Like if you haven't got out of your local Repticon or the one big regional show, it will pay dividends to go to a Herp show, go to an NARBC show, go to Reptile Super Show, like hit some of those shows, right? And like see what else is out there. Just go across the country and see what else is out there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah.
You might be surprised about what you can pick up or what people are doing out there that they're not doing back home. For the first, man, I don't know, for the first 6 or 7 Tinley shows I went to, didn't do ReptiChip, didn't vend snakes, didn't do any of that stuff. I was just talking to people.
Right.
And those were probably some of the best investments I ever made, is just talking to people, right?
I've been to Daytona probably 10 times, and I've never vended there.
Never vended?
No,
yeah,
never.
That's one I haven't done. I haven't done Daytona, and I'm like, talk about where it kind of all started there. So there's a lot of history, Orlando, and then Daytona, and then in ARBC popping up. And what I really like to do is, get out to Canada in RB or their Canada show. What is that? CRBE?
Yeah, that's Mandic actually invited me out there for the last one, but I couldn't go. But it's I would definitely like to go up there, and see guys like Mark and Billy, and I know Ozzy always goes up there.
Yeah, there's so many good Canadian breeders out there, like solid guys out there. I really want to go out there and just meet people. I've had the chance to meet, like, obviously Barrows and Carrie from KB Reptiles, and then Will Moreau's, like the solid people. Really want to go up there. I've never met Mandic face to face, talked to him a few times online, but like like Mandic, man. I mean, that was one of my inspirations.
Yeah,
to get
he was definitely one of the inspirational guys.
I mean, it's kind of interesting to see, like, the people that, I mean, I grew up in this industry just like a lot of everybody else there. And back in the day, my heroes were, I mean, I say my heroes, like the people that like inspired me to get into this business were like the Barkers, Ralph Davis,
Yeah.
Bandic, like all these, and I'm, leaving like 30 people
Yeah.
out, but like all these guys were like, damn, I mean, they really started, you can't say they started the industry, but they were the huge contributors to something. And it's so funny. It still gets me, like, right? Like, like Tracy Barker called me the other day, and I mean, Tracy Barker, like, I'm just like in awe. The first time I saw her, I was just like, have you ever met Tracy?
At the last Arlington show.
Really, like, really small, petite woman that's like,
Yep. Tiny.
it just like sweet as can be. And like the first time I saw her, I was like, holy shit, that's Tracy Barker, right? I mean, I'm like whispering to people, and like she called me the other day, like, I mean, and I'm like, every time the phone rings, it says Tracy Barker. I'm like, oh shit, everything stops. I gotta talk to Tracy Barker. And I'm like, shit, Tracy Barker called me. I mean, like, that's still like, man, I'm like, dude, those people started what we're doing right now. They built a path for careers, like industries. Like, I've got nothing but respect for those people. And I just, it's kind of sad if I'm talking to Tracy at a show, I hate to say it, but a lot of other things go away because I'm like soaking up everything that she says, because the amount of knowledge that's coming out of just things that she says out of the side of her mouth, they're like, wow.
Yeah, that's how it was. I went to Ralph Davis's house, when we first started.
Never talked to him or met him or anything. Right?
Oh man, he's kind of like a fucking grumpy old man, but I really liked him because I was a grumpy old man even back back then, and I really just fucking liked the guy, and he was a little bit obnoxious, but fucking pretty cool, and you just go to the basement of his house, and I mean he probably had 75 or 80 freedom breeders in this giant basement that ran 700 feet across, and every tub that you opened, it was better than the last one. And this was back when there wasn't a whole lot of shit out there.
Man, like, I don't know about you, but like, I religiously followed his journal, like anything he would be putting out online, like, I mean, I just, and a lot of people don't know about the contributions that I mean, he helped build US Ark, all these things, right? I mean, like, these are people that banded together early on in the industry to protect our rights to do what we're doing now. And, he may be an asshole online, he may be a hard or grumpy old man or whatever, but like, he's fought for your rights. He built the organization that's fighting for your rights right now to keep your in and do what you do. Like, those are significant contributions, and a lot of people nowadays don't know who Ralph Davis or Tracy Barker are.
Oh,
they're not, like
these 22-year-old kids coming into the thing, they don't know who Kevin McCurley is. They don't know who. I mean, everybody knows Justin right now, but Justin's kind of the king of the mountain now.
Justin is a master at what he does in every sense of the word, right? He's a master marketer. I mean, all the props that he's given, he's earned, right? Like, that guy works. He works his ass off, and that's the difference between. That's why you're wondering why, somebody else isn't as popular as Justin. Well, the guy, like, he fucking works constantly, and it's is. And here's what kind of like gets me, right? Like, people follow the projects that Justin does, right? Because he's a trendsetter. And that's the way he's built his business. He's a trendsetter, right? I mean, he develops new shit before anybody else has seen it. He's got the vision to put it together. He knows what he's doing. Take a step back from that. Don't follow his projects. Like, yeah, if you want to, do something that he's doing, like, by all means do it, but don't expect to have the same return he's getting off animals. Watch how he does things. Think about why he does what he's doing. I mean, like, look at the back end, look at the infrastructure that he's built, right? Like that's what's made him successful,
Yeah.
right? He adopted YouTube early on. He was a communicator. He wasn't threatening to anybody. He doesn't get in fights about t-shirts online.
Right.
This dude is like, the reason why he's a top performer is because he's a fucking top performer and he works at it like constantly. He's constantly improving. He's constantly innovating. He's constantly bringing new things, whether it's new snakes, new social media mediums. It doesn't matter. Like the guy is brilliant. Like
Oh,
watch
yeah.
what, not the specifics, but watch what he does.
This guy's been doing videos for 15 fucking years. Or
fucking
17 years since college.
the new, yeah. But the new facility he's building, like the reason why he needed more space is not because he's making more snakes. It's not because he's carrying a bigger inventory. It's not because he's breeding more. He's not producing more snakes. A lot of that is going to production. Like it's going into, soundproof rooms, studio equipment, all this stuff to further his social media arm.
Yep.
And like, if you look at the amount of time and investment, whether it's money or time or whatever it is that goes just into that and performing, like his videos are highly polished. They're, like just smooth, right? If you look at that, like that should be an example to others of the business model to follow. Stop chasing his snakes, right? Start looking at what he's doing and how he's getting out to his audience and how he's building the bigger, better business. Like those are the things that are like that, and that's why he'll reign as king. Like until he decides to hang it up.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I had actually talked to him 2 weeks ago, and we might actually just go down and record an episode from his new place because Chase is back. So. Yep. And you were one of the driving guys behind that whole Chase thing, and that kind of, not to fucking sound like a fag, but that made me happy to be in this community a little bit when I saw the amount of money raised for that guy. I mean, I think you and Brizzy, really fucking knocked it out of the park.
Let's be clear. Like Breezy started that whole thing. A lot of people don't know, but Breezy went through a health scare a little bit before that. And like to the point where he was trying to figure out what he's doing with animals and stuff like that,
Right.
And you've been through health scares too, so you kind of know how it goes. But like, like he's thinking about things about it. So I think like the Chase thing, like, a lot of people that don't know Breezy know like he's an asshole and he's, maybe he's not as sociable as most people would be if they're trying to sell something. At least that's the perception he gives. But like, if you know the real Breezy, like that guy's like, he's a softie, but he grew up in the Navy and like, he's an old fucking retired chief. And like, they're just not built like that. They're not going to give you the fuzzy kind of thing. Like Breezy, fucking solid motherfucker. And he will bend over backwards to give you the shirt off his back even if you're a stranger. So I think though that like because of maybe his, he had his own thing and because he's a good motherfucker just in general, like, I don't know how many times it's happened before where he's like, hey man, I'm giving these people these snakes because of this something, like their fucking facility burned down or whatever, right? Like he recruit me into that shit. I'm like, yeah, cool. But like Breezy was like, dude, we need to do something for Chase. So he started that whole thing. And like the community bonded together and raised over $200,000 for Chase's medical bills on the Chase Patent auction page,
right?
Which we're cranking up again before Tinley to kind of raise, because he's got a couple more rounds of things that he needs to go through.
Yeah,
my understanding. So we need to raise a little bit more money. We need to get it going again. One, it was great for Chase, but it's also good for the community. Anytime that we're all giving towards a cause, and this is a good cause, right? And we also need to get Potter enlisted in having a little part of the auction this Tinley to donate specifically for Chase. One of my workers here brought a couple people together and did some cool stuff to auction off at the auction for Chase, and I'll let him talk about it at the auction. But like, this thing's still going. We need to get that thing cranked back up. It's I think those kind of things, the community taking care of its own, like, that's real shit, right? Like, we're not talking about snakes anymore. This isn't fucking the cool shit that we're breeding and posting online. We're affecting lives. Like, now this shows how much we can actually work together instead of bickering online or talking shit at shows or whatever. Like, to me, that is the mark of a real group, a real industry, something that is going to stand the test of time. And when you affect real lives, and we're not talking about like, online feelings and all that kind of shit, like, you've bettered a family, you've helped somebody survive, you've helped like, that's serious shit, right? Like, the community should be fucking super proud of what they've done for Chase, and we should continue snowballing that into a long-lasting thing, not only for specifics like Chase, for instance, but into USARK and organizations that protect our rights and bring us together, because at the end of the day, fuck, we're just breeding snakes, right? Like, we all have the same interests. We all vote for somebody different, but we all have the same fucking interests. And I just, like, I can't even talk about it now without getting like all of my emotions and shit. But I'm so proud of the community for doing that. And I just can't begin to tell you how, like, happy I am that that's come to fruition. And, at the end of the day, dude, Breezy's the one that fucking started that thing.
Dude, are you crying right now?
Mm-hmm. I'm tearing up a little bit, man. Oh. No, I just, it makes me good to feel like, like,
No,
this is real.
No, I totally hear that. Yeah,
It's real world shit. This isn't,
That's the whole thing, is that this is real world shit. It's not fucking, it's not two dickheads arguing over a fucking, Facebook post. But if you realize the amount of people in the hobby, the people in the hobby that are arguing over Facebook posts aren't the type of people that we're after anyway.
Yeah, no,
I mean, those are the $50 animal people, the cheapskates, the people who live in their mother's basements and are trying to breed bumblebees. They're just not the kind of people that we would necessarily be going after. The good people have proven themselves, I think, and stepped up. On the Chase stuff.
They don't. Professionals, right? Like,
Yeah.
You're never going to see a professional get involved in a fucking T-shirt argument on Facebook.
Right, exactly. So,
but yeah, I again, like, hats off to everybody that donated to that. We're gonna crank it back up again. Let's do another round. Let's build a little bit more money and cushion for these guys, and let's continue on. I think Chase is interested in that as well. As, like, all Chase has ever told me is, like, I'm going to work until my work is done to give back to the community that supported me, and his family feels the same way. And I'm like, well, let's just keep that effort and keep it flowing towards the good in what we're doing.
yeah, fuck yeah. And at the end of the day, he's such a fucking good guy to begin with too. So,
dude, nicest guy ever.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're gonna end on that note, because I know you're fucking you're a military guy, so you got to get up at 5 a.m, right?
Well, yeah, probably unintentionally, but yeah.
Well, brother, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And no, there's a bunch of other shit we got to do real quick.
Fuck.
Yep. No, you're not gonna get away with this shit. All right, we got to do the no bullshit segment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Here we go.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Leave your bullshit at the door.
What am I supposed to do something?
No, you just got to answer these questions quickly.
Oh,
Okay. Don't take any time to think. Just answer.
all right.
All right. Who's your favorite breeder other than yourself?
Oh, man, I would be cliche and go with man, Kabolka or Ozzy, but I don't. Has anybody said Mandic?
No, not yet.
Mandic.
Okay, cool. All right. This question, Sean thinks is pretty gay. Favorite band?
Yeah, that is gay.
Yeah, I know. We'll deal with it. All right.
That's yeah, gay people would say that's gay.
Yeah.
Stones.
Okay. See, that's not gay. All right. And I'm more likely to buy from you now that I know your favorite band is the Stones. So fuck off. All right.
I mean,
Favorite
who else could it
movie?
be, right?
What's that?
Oh man. Oh, who else could it be? Like, I don't know. I'm big into like influencers and people that like the Barkers, like people that started things, right? The Stones.
What, Stones?
started-
Aerosmith?
No, I don't know. I mean, but like the Stones, I mean, I don't know. They started so many genres of music and just did their own thing for so long that I mean, like, I guess you're either a Stones guy, like a Beatles guy, or an Elvis guy, right? Like,
Right.
I'm all Stones. Like, yeah. Anyway.
All right. Favorite movie?
Oh shit, I can't. I haven't seen a movie in forever. First one that comes to mind is 13 Hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
probably. I know those guys.
Oh, nice. All right. How much cash do you have in your pocket right now?
Zero. I knew that one was coming up.
Not
It's
cool,
like
man.
zero, man. Like, yeah, I'm dead broke.
What's up? Where's all that fucking ReptiChip money, man?
It's fucking on the ocean.
Right. Now,
It's coming in, I promise.
if you could roundhouse kick a motherfucker right now, anybody in the world, who would it be?
Tracy Barker.
You would have roundhouse kicked Tracy Barker.
I'm just playing. That's the first thing. She's such a sweetheart. It just makes sense.
Oh. Well,
No.
Come on, you got to throw somebody under the bus. That Tracy
You know,
Barker shit didn't
God,
land.
there's so many people that probably this last guy that gave me shit online, but the can I do like a side commentary thing?
Yeah.
This is why we need Friday night fights at like NARBC.
That's right. You are correct.
We need to be able to call people out and they settle it in the ring. We raise money for USARC. Like that should be a thing, right?
I would love to. I'll go one further. I would love for people to come right on this show and fucking fight it out, and let people decide who they think is right.
No,
So-
man, we need fisticuffs.
Yeah,
we
but
need like
you know,
chingazos.
Potter's never going to go for that because somebody could actually get hurt.
Oh no, come on, Potter, are you listening? I've been pitching this to you for 3 years. All right, we're gonna have another talk. Like, I've got guys that are like, semi-pro guys here that know like show promoters that could set up a ring. We're gonna do this thing. Like, it needs to be done. If you got a problem with Will Banks, you call out Will Banks and like you settle it right there in the ring, and everybody's happy after that, right? In the meantime, it promotes a lot of money. Oh, and Will Banks, by the way, he's like I don't know, like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I mean, that guy can roll. Like,
Is he really? I love that fucking dude.
You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it, but I mean, like, there's a lot of people in this industry that have skills, and like, you won't know it till you get in the ring.
Yeah, he's actually one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
He did a lot for us when we were first starting out. So
He's got a bad rep, and from some people, and some of it's deserved, some of it's not. I'm not anybody to judge, but like there's a lot of big guys that are like that. You only see what people are talking shit online about, and
right.
like
You don't see the 500 other good deals they did in a year.
Have you
You
ever
just see the one shit one?
have you ever interacted with him? Like that kind of thing, right? Like, have you ever like talked to him in person? Have you ever like like all you know is the reputation that is online, and maybe they're not trying to buy into all that shit. Maybe they don't give, I don't know. Like, but there's like seriously, there's a huge need for fucking Friday fights.
I agree with you.
Hey, if you guys agree, let Chris know. Chris is going to talk to Potter. I'll talk to Potter, and we'll fucking make it happen.
You email me at snakesandthefatman@gmail.com
At gmail.com.
if you want the fucking Friday night fights. All right, brother, fucking go to bed, man. Thank you so much for doing this shit. And how could everybody get in touch with you?
Hit me up on sales@ReptiChip.com, or of course I'm online on Facebook. Probably just type in JT and find me. That's it. I'm not going to give you my phone number. Everybody else got it.
No, it's all good. All right. Brother, thank you again, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anytime, Chris. I appreciate you having me on. Hey, can I give a shout out to some people?
Fuck yeah.
You know what? You didn't ask me about like the up and coming breeders, man.
I don't. Do I do that normally?
I don't know. Do you?
No,
you should.
I don't give a fuck
Like,
about the up and coming breeders.
Hey, but like, all right. So we got favorite breeders, right? We got all those guys that people aspire to be, right? Like,
All right,
but they're gonna be the same.
Shout out whoever you want to give shout outs to.
You know what you need to start asking people, who's the breeder that nobody knows that fucking they need to start knowing.
All right, well, tell me.
That kind of shit. Oh, I got a long ass list of shit, dude. Well, you got Breezy. A lot of people know Breezy. Not as many people know Jack and Heidi Dunlap. Like,
it's fucking Heidi's awesome.
Dude, Jack's awesome too. Man, they're both, man.
Heidi was on the show in Arlington, but she sucks at giving interviews.
Yeah, well, man. I told them to go up there and talk, but like they're just good people, right? Like they're not into promotion stuff. Like they don't want to do that. They just fucking breed some awesome ass snakes.
No, she was a sweetheart, so I'm only fucking with her.
Oh, she is. Yeah. She's a sweet. They're both sweethearts. Matt De La Rosa, another good guy from Alamo City Reptiles. John Dyer. Anybody ever heard of John Dyer?
Oh yeah, I know John Dyer. Yeah.
Yeah, man, dude, that guy produces some awesome shit, and like he's kind of like low key, Austin or Schmodgens, like he produces some cool shit. Like these are guys that are doing stuff that other people aren't doing. Like probably should start looking at that stuff.
Nah, I don't care. I'll have them on if their names aren't fucking stupid. Their company. I don't give a fuck what they're producing it, but if their names are stupid, I'm not gonna have them on there. Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my girl and my boy, fucking Matt and Anya from Snake Eyes.
They're on my list too, man.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome. I love them.
Yeah, dude, they've got some cool shit, man. And their buddies out there. Do you know Kevin from KDF?
No.
It's another one. They hang out together. I think they're pretty close together, but located close together. But he produces some awesome puzzle shit. And actually, you know what? Sean on your pod on the last episode said Kevin is his favorite breeder.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why he said that. That guy is he's kind of not. These are all low key guys, but they got a lot of cool shit going on.
I'm giving a shout out to Corey Martin.
Corey. Yep. Okay. Female Corey.
Yep, she's awesome. I've been talking to her on Facebook. She's just getting started, but she's got a good fucking head on her shoulders,
Oh, well, she's smart as a whip, but she's building an awesome collection too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like low key people that are like really fucking, and I'm only talking about the fucking 10% that I can remember off the top of my head, but these guys are like, they're building awesome collections. They're not out there on social media a lot talking about it, but these are names you're going to hear in the next couple of years. Yeah, Corey Martin, absolutely. She's up in Georgetown, about 2 hours from me. Yeah, dude. I could go on and on, but like now you got a couple names maybe if you don't know them.
Yeah, well, again, I'm gonna check them out, but if their fucking company name is stupid, it's just not gonna happen.
Dude, some of these don't even have company names.
Then I'll judge them on their regular name.
Dude, well, I mean, it could be JT Reptiles. That's what I started out as.
Oh my god, that's pretty lame, right?
Yeah, you talk about lame. Yeah, that's
JT Exotics.
Like a strip joint.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, that was my 15 minutes of lame.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty lame, but it's cool.
Yeah.
You're the man. You know how fucking I know you're the man. You fucking spent probably 70% of your time fucking upselling other people, man, and that was really fucking cool of you, man. But it's just that's the type of guy you are, So that's all good. I knew that from fucking when I met you.
Hey, that's if some of the listeners don't know, that's what this industry is about, right? Like, build that network, build those connections, lift each other up.
That's what it's missing,
Yep.
So, I'm glad you fucking did it, man. That's awesome.
That's the secret to success, man. Like, stop worrying about what the fuck you're doing and start promoting some other people. Let's make each other successful. Like, you're going to go a lot longer. Like, you're going to go a long way just doing that.
Yep. All right, brother.
Love you, man.
I love you too, man. I will talk to you later.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother.
Okay. Bye.
Jesus Christ. Between JT and upcoming guests Ty Park, Sean Gray, and Snake Eyes Exotics, it's making my job to dwell on the negative shit a little bit harder, man. I want to thank JT for being the only guy on this podcast ever that constantly made it a point to downplay his own contributions to the hobby and elevate other people's contributions. I mean, this guy's one of the best people in the business, and just go over and hand this guy your money with a fucking smile on your face, because this guy just goes above and beyond for everybody that he deals with. So one of the nicest guys in the industry, it's JT Tomlinson from ReptiChip. I want to thank him for taking the time out of his schedule to bullshit with my fat ass, and I can't wait to hang out with him again in January, so at Conroe. So in the coming weeks, it's going to be crazy up in here. Yeah, I'm so fucking white. I am aware. We got Anya and Matthew Littlefield from Snake Eyes Exotics coming up in about 2 weeks. And then we have Ty fucking Park, man. After that, we got Sean Gray of the Herb Show and current cage sponsor or rack sponsor of Snakes and the Fat Man, Chris fucking Badass Nettles from Sea Serpents. Man, it's going to be a fun couple of weeks, man. I'll talk to you guys in probably about 2 weeks, 10 days maybe. I don't know. A little later. All right. I'll talk to you guys later on. Thanks for listening. Everyone talks their own shit about what kind of racks you should buy. Metal racks are great, but everyone doesn't want a goddamn 7-foot high, 6-foot wide metal rack in their fucking house. That's a 2 refrigerator footprint. 2 fucking refrigerators, man. Sea Serpents makes insane quality racks that can fit anywhere. They're stackable PVC racks that are living room friendly. They're shipped fully assembled with heat tape already installed. Just plug it into a thermostat and you're ready to go. We've been doing this for years now and have purchased over 20 Sea Serpent racks before they ever became a sponsor. We were fans of the fucking racks. And we basically have a wall of Sea Serpents over at the shop. They also make hot box incubators. Go to seaserpents.com and check out their incredible selection of PVC racks, and tell Chris Nettles in your initial email or call that the Fat Man sent you.
Welcome